The London Road Viaduct is a brick railway viaduct in Brighton, part of the city of Brighton and Hove in East Sussex, England. It carries the East Coastway Line between Brighton and London Road railway stations. Built in the 1840s for the Brighton, Lewes and Hastings Railway by the locomotive engineer and railway architect John Urpeth Rastrick, the sharply curving structure has 27 arches and about 10 million bricks. It is still in constant use, and is listed at Grade 2 * for its historical and architectural significance. The London and Brighton Railway Act, passed on July 15, 1837, granted the London and Brighton Railway Company the right to build a railway line from Norwood to Brighton, a branch line from Brighton to Shoreham by Sea and another from Brighton to New Haven via Lewes. The line to Shoreham by Sea was completed first, in 1840, and the Brighton Main Line opened in its entirety in September 1841, but the route eastwards from Brighton towards Lewes was delayed until June 8, 1846. A new company, the Brighton, Lewes and Hastings Railway Company, was formed to build this line. John Urpeth Rastrick was employed as the surveyor and architect. The two companies and others amalgamated in July 1846 to form the London, Brighton, and South Coast Railway. In the 1840s, the land northeast of Brighton Station was undeveloped, consisting of fields. It lay in a steep-sided valley running from north to south, created by the River Wellesbourne, by then reduced to an intermittently flowing, mostly underground Winterbourne. Rastrick had to decide whether to cross this with an embankment or a viaduct. Local opinion favored an embankment, and he faced opposition and criticism when he chose to build a viaduct. Nevertheless, he planned a route for it, and laid the foundation stone on May 29, 1845. Construction took 10 months. The structure was ready on March 28, 1846, more than 2 months before the line to Lewes opened. By the 1870s, dense terraced housing surrounded the viaduct. Residential development was stimulated by the opening of the railway. Brighton's most significant bombing raid of the Second World War severely damaged London Road Viaduct. At 12:30 p.m. on May 25, 1943, Focke-Wulf fighter bomber aircraft dropped several bombs on Brighton, 5 of which landed on the railway. One demolished 2 arches and 1 pier at the west end of the viaduct, 2 arches west of the Preston Road span, leaving the tracks spanning the gap in midair. Despite this, a temporary repair allowed trains to start using the viaduct again within 24 hours. In less than a month, the service was back to normal. Until the arches were fully repaired in September 1943, however, a 15 miles per hour 24 kilometers per hour speed restriction was enforced and Preston Road could be seen through the gaps between the sleepers where the brickwork had been blasted away. The replacement brickwork, darker than that of the main structure, can be seen from the road below. The structure is 1,200 feet 370 meters long, and reaches a maximum height of 67 feet 20 meters above the floor of the valley. It consists of 26 semicircular arches each of 30 feet 9.1 meters with piers of 7 feet 2.1 meters thick at the base and 5 feet 1.5 meters thick at the top, together with one elliptical arch of 50 feet 15 meters over a section of the A23 London Road called Preston Road. The piers of this arch are 22 feet 6.7 meters thick at the base and 19.5 feet 5.9 meters thick at the top. Each pier contains a jack arch with a semicircular soffit and invert to reduce the number of bricks required. The piers are thicker on the outside than on the inside because the viaduct is constructed on a sharp curve. Trains reach the viaduct almost immediately after leaving the Brighton Main Line, and the line continues to curve away for several hundred meters. Of the 27 arches, 16 have a radius of curvature of 0.75 miles, 1.21 kilometers, and 11 have a radius of 0.125 miles, 0.201 kilometers. Approximately 10 million bricks were needed to build the viaduct. The brickwork is red and brown, with yellowed brick dressings. The wartime reconstruction used blue brick, a darker type often used for heavy-duty construction. The 26 narrower arches are round-headed, whereas the wider span across Preston Road is elliptical. Each pier has a long, rectangular opening on each inner side, with rounded arches at the top and bottom. Running along the top of the viaduct on both sides is a balustrade with stone balusters. London Road Viaduct was listed at Grade 2 * by English Heritage on April 19, 1974. This status is given to particularly important buildings of more than special interest. As of February 2001, it was one of 70 Grade 2 * listed buildings and structures, and 1,218 listed buildings of all grades, In the city of Brighton and Hove. As of 2009, 174 scheduled passenger trains, 87 eastbound and 87 westbound, all operated by Southern, cross the viaduct each weekday. There are fewer train movements at weekends. References